Bonjour, hello, welcome to the Photo Odyssey where we figure out photography one chaotic episode at a time. Well, welcome to today's episode 3 of the Photo Odyssey. Welcome to my office currently. It is Friday, 8:56 a.m. I'm just lagging behind today. I'm tired as hell. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about, no budget, no problem, how to start photography with what you have. If that's just a phone, that's fine. Let's talk about it. Remember to follow, like, subscribe, wherever you're at on this. Give me all the, that's a horrible thing to say, I think. Help me, please. That sounds desperate. Fuck. Man, just like and follow, please. I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, so you don't need the $3,000, the $5,000 setup. You don't need the $3,000 lens to be a real photographer. You don't need any of that shit, honestly. You can just start with your phone like I did. If you're a person with no budget, who loves photography, who wants to get into photography and just thinking, oh fuck, all I have is my phone, or all I have is this $40 pawn shop camera that I got. That's one is built in Zoom or whatever, that's fine. Or it's just like a Polaroid. Those like Instax, Fujifilm Polaroids or something like that, totally fine too. Honestly, I think that'd be a great way to start. So how did I start with the bare minimum? I started with the Fujifilm, like the not the instant, but the single-use shot, like you buy at Walmart or something, or Target, and it comes in a package, and you get like pre-made 36 rolls of you get 36 shots in that thing, whatever, and you send it off and get it developed. I started there too. I started with, like I said in the last episode, I started there using my dad's camera. I started out with nothing, honestly. And you shoot with what you have, because if you're into photography, you're just taking pictures, you already have a creative side to you that needs to develop with whatever you have. And even if you just have, well, nowadays the phones that you have are great to start with. They're amazing to start with, actually. And it's some of the phones today are just better than the old cameras 20 years ago when I started as a kid. So just using your camera, you can make that work so well. And use your phone, what you have in your phone. You can open the settings on your phone, and you can put these grids in there and use that to build your composition, to build how you want to stack your shot. Rule of thirds. You fill up the frame, try to leave 3 boxes as like negative space. Or like this, if you say you're taking a picture of somebody outside for a portrait, try to have part of the background, like even this corner of the background, like partially like somebody in there, like don't leave it completely open, but if you have like a part where it's like a little bit at the corners, the edges, totally fine too. But you want some negative space, 1, 2, 3 boxes, 1, 2, 3 boxes, or whatever, however it is. Being relatively new, the rule of thirds is the one that I heavily focus on, because it was the easiest for me to learn, and it comes pre-built in every camera, every phone, and it's just easy to think of 2 vertical lines, 2 horizontal lines, and just have fun with it, really. And honestly, you don't really need any of that shit. You just take some pictures. Take some pictures you like. Try different shots. See, I have a Google Pixel 8a, and this thing takes amazing photos. Like, I forget my camera sometimes at home charging, and the battery's charging or something, or I just leave it on my desk at home. And I forget my camera. I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot my fucking camera. Like, how am I gonna live without today? How am I gonna live today without my camera bag? And I'm like, oh fuck, I got this 8A camera. It's a tiny little phone. I mean, my hands aren't big either, but it's a small phone. But it does the job if I want to get some quick pictures. Even sometimes I like the quality of the the manual, like the one time zoom it has on there, compared to my actual camera, because the AI and the Google phones, or maybe any kind of other phones, because I don't know how other phones are with their cameras, but the AI kind of like cleans it up, brightens it up, it brings out some colors really quick, and it takes care of all the quick editing, and it's pretty great to work with. So I would start with phones, but if you have money for a camera, great. You have your pick at what you want. Before I knew about editing photos on Lightroom and things like that, I honestly didn't even have the money to pay for a subscription for Lightroom or anything like that. There's so many apps you can download on your phone, or if you have somebody's computer or whatever, or I don't know. If you have a phone, you can find any kind of app. Google has, or Pixel has, this thing called Pixel something on there. You can use that to edit photos. There's so many free apps to use from too. You don't have to just use Lightroom. But a suggestion that I did was use a couple free apps, edit some photos, sold a few pictures, made like what, $40 off a couple pictures I sold, and use that money to buy the subscription. Or if you have fucking $7 a month, if you got a full-time job, I hope you do. But if you have no job, nothing, and you're just taking pictures for the fun of it, I mean, sometimes just sell a couple pictures and boom, buy the whole year. Sounds easier said than done, but you'd be surprised. If you live in a bigger city, even I live in a small city, I've gone around to businesses and send them a proposal to buy a couple of my pictures, and I say, hey, I'm selling this picture, look right in your office, would you be interested in buying this to help my photography out? And a lot of the times people are more than happy to help out a local photographer or a local person trying to start their own business, and so do that, buy a couple of those, and then you can buy your subscriptions to what you need for that year, and just buy it for the whole year setup, not like month to month, because you'll save some money that way too. Natural lighting. When you are taking pictures, you can start out with basically everything's free, and use the natural light. You don't have to buy a studio setup or all these like key lights or any kind of other lights. You don't really need anything. Like my office, I just got a light here. I don't like turn my light on because whatever. Looks like shit today, but fuck it. We're no professionals here. Remember that. We're not professionals. We're just learning about photography and understanding each other. And if you go to your local library. There will be some books in there for composition, how to use natural lighting, cloudier days, how to frame shots. Honestly, if you like a picture and you think like, oh, I want to try this, fucking try it. Don't be afraid of what other people, like you're like underneath the tree taking a picture like this and you're all like that and whatever. Who gives a shit? Gives a fuck what they think, honestly. Editing apps are free. Oh yeah, Snapseed, that's what it's called. Lightroom Mobile's free. I mean, you don't get all the fully like You don't get all the features of it, but it's enough to get you going anyways, to crisp it up a little bit. Oh yeah, I was just going through my notes here. DIY solutions. You can use so many things for like deflectors and diffusers and things like that for your cameras. You I've used like just pieces of paper. Go like this, put pieces of paper up and use it, or like, you get your paper and you fold it up like this, and you put your camera right through here, and you cut it in half or whatever, and there's your lens hood. There's so many different ways, and you're a photographer, so you already got some creative mindset to you, and you can use the world around you for whatever the fuck it is. Use a piece of board to like block out the sun, or maybe use it to like get part of the sun on the subject or whatever, and just get that shot too. There's so many things you can do with DIY solutions and just natural environment, and honestly, it helps you to be a better photographer by having to think outside the box of what you don't have and how you can supplement what's around you at the time to help you out, because you become more resourceful, and that's like, it helps you out. Yeah, if you want to find some cheap gear, Facebook Marketplace is good. I just found a Nikon camera on there. It's a film camera for like $65, and but it's like a $200-300 camera. I can resell it. So there's a Adobe Cloud payment right there. I can buy that and resell it, and kind of have the little hustler mindset like that. But I might just keep it because it's pretty cool. Craigslist, thrift stores. I've gone to pawn shops and bought a lot of my gear sometimes. When I first started out with bags and film cameras and lenses and lens hoods, and you'd be surprised at what some people would put away in a pawn, and that some of the pawn shops don't know what exactly it is. They just see the initial price for like what it can be resold for, but they don't know how good the actual camera is, because they don't have that mindset of like, oh, this is a blah 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 specs wise, and it's a blah blah this brand. And like, I found some old Pentax film cameras that were like shit. They were like, I think they were from the 60s or early 70s, and I got it for $40, and I resold it to, it's either MPix or B&H Photo, and I got a couple $100 out of it, and it's pretty cool. It helped me pay for some of the things that I pay for my current setup. So be a lookout for deals, pawn shops. It's a good place to look, and Craigslist and things like that. So I'm trying to keep this episode a little bit quicker than normally. Well, there is no normal, because the last episode was like 50 fucking minutes, 40 some minutes. The first episode was like just a quick intro, so there is no normal of how long shit's gonna go, but I wanted to keep these episodes to about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, at least over 10 minutes. There's some takeaways from today. What are some takeaways today? Wrap up and takeaways. 3 to 4 minutes. Takeaways. Your creativity is more important than your camera. That is so true. You can your mind and your brain to help you find your shot is going to be more useful than the actual camera gear you have, because you can use old I've used cameras from the 60s and 70s that aren't made by today's standards of mirrorless full frame, fucking 40 shots a second, and it's single shot, grainy as shit photos, and have gotten some really fantastic photos that I've sold for quite a bit of money. So it also teaches you to slow down too, but it was because I used my brain to think about a shot. I used my creativity, what was around me, what I had to use at the bare minimum, and use that to with my whatever camera that I had. Like even my phone, you can just use simple shit like camera, lens. You use this for a reflection on that, or get another phone and get that like double shot frame thing with whatever. And I mean, there's so many ways. Yeah. So let me pause this really quick. I can pause it, but all right, I'm right here. I'm on my YouTube page right now. So hoping that this will only take a couple seconds. I got no views on my episode 2. Fucking sucks. Anyways, I got more views on the live stream part of it than I did an actual video. But whatever, that's how it goes. 3 views on the first episode. So, and no comments at all. So in the first episode I had said, comment and I'll respond to some comments for the 3rd episode. But there is none. That is the way it goes. It is what it is. So, but here's my question for today. Take a photo with any camera, even a disposable one, and make it look pro. And comment below what the biggest challenge was, and if there's what the biggest challenge was, and if there's any way I can help you. Like, hey, I needed help with this. I couldn't do this. I struggled with this. You said this. It didn't work. I'll reply back to you. I look at my comments pretty often. So, thanks for jumping in today, taking the time to sit and listen. And if you're driving somewhere, drive safe, be careful, and peace and love.